my name is Michelle Love, and the trap of immorality. Why did the Israelites turn to worshiping the gods of the Moabites? Toward the end of their 40-year trek in the wilderness, a large number of Israelites turned from the path of righteousness. They had witnessed many acts of deliverance by Jehovah, and soon they would march into the promised land. Yet, at that critical point, they turned to serving the gods of the Moabites. Why? They succumbed to the desires of the flesh. The record says that most people started to have immoral relations with the daughters of Moab. 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. Because everything in the world, the desire of the flesh and the desire of the eyes and the show display of one's means of life, does not originate with the Father, but originates with the world. I'm going to read Numbers chapter 25, verse 1 also. It brings out, what situations today make it vital always to keep in mind the corrupting power of wrongly fleshly desires? When Israel was dwelling in Shittim, the people started to commit sexual immorality with the daughters of Moab. That episode demonstrates the way wrong fleshly desires can corrupt unwary ones. We do well to learn from it, especially since immorality has become widely viewed as unacceptable lifestyle. A report from the United States says until around 1970, cohabitation, the practice of unmarried couples living together, was illegal in all American states. Now it is a routine. More than half of all first marriages are preceded by cohabitation, that and found all around the world, and sadly some Christians have followed the trend, even losing their standing in the Christian congregation. 1 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. But now I am writing you to stop keeping company with anyone called a brother who is sexually immoral or greedy person, or an adulterer, or a rivaler, or a drunkard, or an extortioner, not even eating with such a man. Moreover, propaganda promoting immorality seems to be everywhere. Movies and television programs suggest that it's perfectly acceptable for young people to have sex before marriage. Homosexual relationships are depicted as normal. Many shows depicted increasingly graphic sex. Pictures of graphic sex are also easily accessible on the internet. For instance, the newspaper columnist reported that his 7-year-old son came home from school and excitedly told his father that his school friend had come across the internet site showing naked women performing sex acts. The father was horrified, but how many children have come across such sites without telling their parents? In addition, how many parents know the content of video games their children play? Many popular games featuring disgusting immorality as well as demonism and violence. How can a family be protected from the immorality of the world? So we'll talk about this.